When the world falls apart, survival isn't about strength, it's about who you can't bear to lose. And Adam Kent is about to learn that even love can fracture under fire. The morning is colder than usual, the kind of cold that seeps into bones and makes every breath sting. Adam wakes early, out of habit more than necessity, and checks his gear for the third time. The base hums with tension, people moving fast, voices low, weapons being loaded. Omega Point knows the re-establishment is coming. Juliette is still asleep when Adam glances toward her bunk. He watches her for a moment, the soft rise and fall of her chest, before forcing himself to look away. There's a mission ahead, and sentiment can get you killed. The castle gathers the troops in the main hall. His voice is calm, but the urgency is unmistakable. Patrols have reported increased enemy movement near the entrances. They're to be ready for evacuation if necessary, but the primary objective is defense. Hold the lines as long as possible. Adam feels the familiar thrum of readiness in his veins, the soldier's instinct to follow orders and keep his unit alive. He doesn't see Juliette until they're dismissed. She approaches, eyes questioning, but he keeps his voice clipped. He can't afford distractions right now, not with the memory of their strained conversations still fresh. Whatever is happening between them, it has to wait until after the fight. Hours pass in uneasy silence. Adam patrols one of the upper tunnels, his boots echoing in the narrow space. Then it comes a distant rumble, like thunder underground. Dust falls from the ceiling. The attack has begun. The alarm blares and adrenaline slams into him like a wave. He races toward his post, rifle ready. The first wave hits hard, soldiers in black re-establishment uniforms flooding the tunnels. Gunfire cracks in the confined spaces, deafening and chaotic. Adam moves without thinking, firing in controlled bursts, his body running on instinct and training. He shouts for civilians to get to the lower levels. Kenji appears in a blur, invisible 1 second and visible the next, hauling a wounded fighter out of the line of fire. Between volleys of gunfire, Adam hears someone shout that the civilian quarters have been breached. His heart lurches. James, his younger brother, is down there. Without a second thought, Adam breaks formation and pushes toward the lower tunnels. Every step feels heavier, but the fear driving him forward is stronger than the bullets whizzing past his head. The civilian quarters are chaotic. People are screaming, running, clutching children. Adam scans the crowd desperately until he spots James near the far wall, clutching a small backpack. Relief hits him like oxygen. He grabs James by the shoulders, asking if he's hurt. James shakes his head, but his eyes are wide with fear. Adam knows they can't stay here. He leads James toward one of the emergency exits, moving fast but keeping low. Along the way, he sees more soldiers flooding into the tunnels. His rifle is almost empty, and he switches to his sidearm without missing a beat. James doesn't say a word, but Adam can feel his little brother's trust in every step he takes to follow him. They round a corner and there she is, Juliette, her eyes blazing, her hands bare, moving through soldiers like a storm. Adam feels the pull toward her, the instinct to protect her, but she's holding her own in a way that stops him cold. For a split second, their eyes meet. There's no time for words. She nods, and he nods back, before they move in opposite directions, each with their own people to protect. The walls shake violently as explosions ripple through the base. Chunks of rock and metal crash to the floor. The re-establishment isn't just attacking, they're bringing Omega Point down. Adam shoves James ahead of him, heart pounding. They have to get out before the tunnels cave in completely. Adam leads James through the twisting emergency tunnels. The air thick with dust and the metallic tang of explosives. The ground shudders underfoot. Somewhere above, the ceiling gives way with a groan and a crash that echoes through the narrow passage. They reach a heavy steel hatch, one of the secondary exits. Adam shoves it open with his shoulder, forcing James through first. Cold air rushes in, sharp and biting against sweat-damp skin. For a second, Adam allows himself to breathe. Outside, a few scattered Omega Point soldiers are regrouping, firing at re-establishment troops advancing from the tree line. Adam gets James behind cover and joins the line, returning fire. He moves on instinct, calculating angles, conserving ammo. Every time he glances back, James is there, small, silent, but steady. Someone shouts over the gunfire that the lower tunnels have collapsed. The words slam into Adam like a physical blow. Juliette is still down there. His instinct is to run toward her, to fight his way back inside. But James's small, terrified face stops him cold. He can't leave his brother. Not again. Not ever. The decision rips through him like tearing muscle, but there's no time to hesitate. A blast shakes the ground, sending a wave of heat over the snow. Adam shouts for the others to fall back toward the rendezvous point. He grabs James's hand, dragging him through the chaos. Bullets whip past, soldiers fall, but Adam doesn't stop until the roar of the battle fades behind them. The survivors gather in the shell of an old warehouse miles from Omega Point. The air inside is thick with grief and disbelief. People whisper about who made it out and who didn't. Adam scans every face, searching for Juliette, but she isn't there. His chest feels hollow, the adrenaline draining away to leave only a deep, gnawing ache. Kenji arrives, alive but grim. He doesn't meet Adam's eyes when he says Juliette got out, but was last seen heading in another direction. With a small group, Adam nods like it's enough, like it's all he needed to hear. But inside, it's not. He wanted to be the one to pull her out, to keep her safe, and he wasn't. That night, Adam sits with James by a small fire, both of them wrapped in thin blankets. James leans against him, already asleep. Adam stares into the flames, replaying every decision he made, every path he didn't take. He tells himself he did the right thing, that James had to come first. But part of him can't stop wondering if it cost him Juliette for good. When dawn breaks, the survivors begin to scatter, each group heading towards safe houses and rendezvous points. Adam shoulders his pack, James's smaller one slung across his back as well. He doesn't know where Juliette is, or if he'll see her again soon. But he knows the war isn't over, and neither is his fight to protect the people he loves.